this is the winemaker of the Group 1 Wine Company. How can I help you? Oh, yeah. You're the supplier of PPP? Yeah. What? So you're saying that you're hit by the global shipping delays and the order of PPP won't reach New Zealand in time? Okay, I got it. Yeah. Thank you. I will discuss this with my team. Thank you. Hi, boss. So after discussion, our team decided to take all the PVPP the suppliers had and use this for 1/3 of the juice, and then make up the shortcoming with galatine for another 1/3 of the juice, and with activated carbon for the last 1/3 of the juice. Yeah. We will design a sensory test to investigate the effect of these 3 different finding agents, and finally give our recommendations based on the data analyzed and the findings. Yep, thank you.
Good morning, guys! What a beautiful day. So right now there are 3 glasses of the wine in front of you, the wine A, B, and C. So please taste the wine in front of you and record the one different with the other 2. Okay, we are finished. Can I have your result? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, have a nice day. Good morning, everyone. Today, because last time we found some difference between the wines, and this time we're trying to figure out what is exactly difference between the wines. Right now, there are 6 glasses of the wine in front of you. I marked it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for each of the wine, you need to record your aroma and the flavor, and you need to mark them from 0 to 100, minimum to maximum. Right, thank you so much, everyone. Please put your result on the table here.
Hi everyone, my name is Junru and I will be walking through the statistics part. So I have just gathered the results from our sensory scientist Shelley, and she has done a triangle test on 66 participants. I will skip the technical definitions and talk about the practical influence on our winery. Basically, if we take a too high alpha risk, then it means that we will be marketing similar wines under different labels, and that is not very cost effective. However, if we take a too high beta risk, then that means we will be marketing different wines under the same label. If consumers can detect the differences, then that would have a negative influence on our brand image. Taking those together, I would say the beta risk is perhaps the more important parameter. That's why I set it as at 0.05 first. With PD, that is the percentage of true discriminators in the population, it is standard to set at 30%. Now, with beta risk at 0.05 and PD at 30%, and with 66 participants, we can afford to take an alpha risk at 0.05 as well, and that is very balanced. Now, when it comes to the number of correct answers, with 66 participants and an alpha risk at 0.05, we would need at least 29 correct answers to reject the null hypothesis. For YA and YB, we actually have 59 correct answers, and that means we can reject the null hypothesis and conclude that YA and YB are statistically different. For YA and YC, 26 is less than 29, so we cannot reject the null hypothesis. YB and YC also provides a statistically meaningful result, 33, though it is not as impressive as the first pair. Now taken together, we can see that wine B is actually the outlier here. So I would suggest not to market wine B together with A or C. Wine A and wine C are safe to be marketed together, but wine B should be marketed separately.
The next day.
Hi everyone. I'm happy to report again that I have received the results from the descriptive analysis as well. For this part, 10 expert panelists each rated twice for the three wines across 9 attributes. Just by scanning this table, we can see that wine B is quite different from wines A and C on several attributes. However, for some attributes, the three wines are actually quite similar. Now let's take astringency as an example, and I have run a single factor ANOVA for it. So the F value, which is probably the most important value in a single factor ANOVA, is at 27.66. This is much higher than the F critical value. The P value is also well below 0.05. So we can conclude that the three wines do differ significantly, and this difference is not just by random noise. Now, ideally, we would be running a post hoc test to determine where exactly the difference lies. However, since Excel doesn't have that natively, I have run 3 pairwise t-tests, and we can compare the two-tailed p-values against the adjusted significance threshold, which is just 0.05 over 3. Now, again, we can see that for wine A and wine B, as well as for wine B and wine C, this value is much lower than the adjusted threshold, which means that wine A differs significantly from wine B, and wine B and wine C also differ significantly from each other. However, again, for wines A and C, we can say that we cannot reject the null hypothesis for these two wines, and we cannot conclude that they are different. This result is actually congruent with what we have just done for the triangle test, which says that wine B is the actual outlier.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Hi everyone, I'm just back briefly. So after running a single factor ANOVA across all 9 attributes, we can see clearly that the expert panelists used 4 attributes to differentiate among the wines. Their astringency, off flavor, freshness, and fruitiness. All other attributes are not significantly different. Thank you.
Finally!
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Yeah, how are you?
So far from the results that I got from you guys, I came up with the conclusion, I mean the information for it. So let me explain it to you. Okay. From the sensory analysis, we came to know that during the triangle test, we came to know that panels could differentiate between gelatin and the other two wines, but they could not easily differentiate the PVPP and activated carbon. So, when this was further taken to the descriptive analysis, gelatin gave out the low freshness and off flavors, but maybe this was because gelatin is a protein which binds to tannins, and we are going with a white wine production, so since there is no tannins present in the white wine, it could not bind to anything and gave us the bad results. And for PVPP, not surprisingly per se, but there was a good result, but it also gave high astringency and it gave high fruitiness and freshness. This is because PVPP being a synthetic polymer, it could bind to a monomer phenolics, due to which we got high fruitiness and freshness, but it cannot bind to polymer phenolics, which led us to getting a high astringency in that wine. And we also got a good results, guys, which is a good news. For activated carbon, we got a good results, I would like to say. This is because activated carbon trapped all those rough phenolics and gave us the high freshness and high fruitiness and a manageable astringency. So yep, that's all. And also, I would like to give a long-term recommendation for this, if that's okay for you. I think we should go with activated carbon based on the results so far in the future. What do you guys think about it? Is that okay for you?
Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
is good.
Perhaps we
Um,
could pass this on to Diana and then pass
yes.
this on to the board of
Yeah.
directors.
Yep, thank you. So, in summary, I think we clearly conclude that the three clarifying agents significantly impact the sensory characteristics of the white wine. Galatine treated wines experienced a big decrease in fruit aromas and freshness, and a significant increase in off flavors. PVPP treated wines, while retaining excellent fruit aromas and freshness, suffered from high astringency, and activated carbon treated wines demonstrated the best performance in the fruit aroma, freshness, off flavor control, and astringency level, presenting the highest quality sensory profile. Therefore, I will recommend to the board that activated carbon be adopted as the standard clarifying agent in the future production of this white wine. To minimize the impact of this event and translate it into a positive outcome, we suggest that the potion treated with activated carbon should be used for the main premium product line. The potion treated with PVPP should be used for the mid-range series or restaurant channels. The potion treated with galatine should be relegated to the bulk wine market to protect the brand reputation. This sensory evaluation not only helped us scientifically resolve the quality issue arising from the change in clarifying agent, but also provided the winery with a reliable basis for decisions making in addressing similar supply chain challenges in the future. That's all. Thank you so much, guys, for the effort.